Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little lamb.
The fall. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Tomorrow's going to tell you a lot about the country because I can tell you, Sean, any senator or any congressman that does not, meaning on this side, that does not fight tomorrow, I'm telling you, will not, their political career is over because the MAGA movement is going nowhere. My father's created the greatest political movement in American history, and I'm telling you, they will get primaried the next time around, and they will lose if they don't stand up and show some backbone and show some conviction.
So to those Republicans, many of which may be voting on things in the coming hours, you have an opportunity today. You can be a hero, or you can be a zero. And the choice is yours, but we are all watching. The whole world is watching, folks. Choose wisely.
If they ran such a clean election, why wouldn't they make all the machines available immediately? If they ran such a clean election, they'd have you come in and look at the paper ballots. Who hides evidence? Criminals hide evidence, not honest people. So, over the next 10 days, we get to see the machines that are crooked, the ballots that are fraudulent, and if we're wrong, we will be made fools of.
You were wrong.
But if we're right, a lot of them will go to jail. So, let's have trial by combat. I'm willing to stake my reputation. The president is willing to stake his reputation on the fact that we're going to find criminality there.
But you didn't.
All of us here today do not want to see our election victory stolen by emboldened radical left Democrats, which is what they're doing, and stolen by the fake news media. That's what they've done and what they're doing. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore, and that's what this is all about.
He says that that rally was perfectly appropriate to tell people this big lie, to tell them that there was something untoward that went on, to tell them that something was stolen from Donald Trump by radical liberals. Really? In Republican Georgia? By the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that contains a Trump appointee, by the U.S. Supreme Court twice with 3 Trump appointees sitting upon it. Oh my God. So I don't know why people are so stupid. I know why they're angry. I get why they're angry. He's made them angry. He's made them resentful. He's made them hate this country. He's told them so many lies about this country in order to deflect attention away from his lack of achievement, his lack of accomplishment, his lack of interceding or interfering or doing something to impede the virus from traipsing around our country. He's done absolutely nothing except tell people to take hydroxychloroquine. Take it. What have you got to lose? Sitting idly by, playing golf, watching the TV, tweeting. That's all he's done. He's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. Where's the infrastructure package? Where's the health care? Oh, it's going to be so great. Where are the prescription drug price? Where he didn't do a damn thing except give millionaires and billionaires tax cuts. That's what he was able to do. Nothing happened. Good. And now we're all living in a state of emergency. We're all living in a state of emergency in all 50 states and the U.S. Capitol. This is amazing.
I want to ask you about concerns about, I don't know if infiltration is the right word, but we have 2 Capitol Hill police officers who've been suspended for helping, it seems, these rioters, others being investigated. You have current and former law enforcement and military being investigated for participating. I mean, you have the image of that Air Force vet decorated standing on the floor of the House with zip ties. How severe does the internal threat go, to our knowledge, within law enforcement and the military?
Well, we certainly have had knowledge of it, at least arrests. But here's what needs to happen, because it is clear that there is a radicalized, violent element within some of these police departments. The military has been monitoring for a while. The shocker was, of course, the Secret Service, which tends to be viewed as a more elite entity. So there needs to be an immediate scrub of these people, and I mean it in the nicest way possible. The unions are very important in this regard. The unions have been way too passive about MAGA and about Trump. They need to get on their personnel. And then finally, and I just, leave everyone with hope. It's going to be a hard couple days. The extent to which Donald Trump, his family, and his enablers have nurtured white radical extremism, racism is the right way to put it, we can't even measure it. They have welcomed this element back publicly. It's always been there, but they've welcomed them publicly. And I think a lot of shaming has to occur, a lot of isolation has to occur, and then we can talk about unity. But we're in the tactical phase of a counterterrorism effort right now.
Holy crap. We're in the tactical phase of a counterterrorism action right now. The United States of America is actually in counterterrorism posture. And law enforcement, not just Capitol Police, not just the active duty military, Secret Service, the elite branch of government that protects the president, the vice president, okay? They've been infiltrated. You have an officer who was posting comments on Facebook, a female officer. She accused the lawmakers who certified Biden's win of treason. She echoes Donald Trump's conspiracy theories about a rigged election. There were screenshots that were posted by the Washington Post of the officer's Facebook page, okay? And the meme is Trump shaking hands with himself, saying, here's to a peaceful transition of power. And the day after the attack on the Capitol, the officer posted, that she was not going to allow Trump to be removed from office. And she accused the lawmakers who were accepting the electoral vote of the slates that were certified by the several states, by the 50 states, of, quote, committing treason on live TV. So the Secret Service is infiltrated. The U.S. Army, an officer, she's a captain, I don't even want to say her name. She resigned her commission today. She led a whole bunch of active duty Army soldiers to the Capitol. And you've got investigations into dozens of Capitol Police officers. 2 of them have already been suspended, but there are more than a dozen others who are under investigation for involvement and support for the overthrow of our government, for a bloody coup. And we know that because we saw them holding the door for people. The officer who took the selfie, he's been suspended. And one of the officers who opened the door and was standing there, and one woman came up and she said, I'm press, and he goes, nobody can come in, while they were all filing past him, right? He was suspended. But there's dozens of them inside. Dozens of them. Now, if you consider what Black Lives Matter was trying to tell you, they were telling you not all police officers are bad, but that there were more than a bad apple. There was an infiltration of white supremacists in the police forces all around this country, who would shoot a 12-year-old first and ask questions later, who would stand there defiant for 8 minutes and 45 seconds, staring into a camera with his hand in his pocket, choking out George Floyd. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.